A civil group, the Civil Rights Realization and Advancement Network, has appealed to the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru, to intervene and rein on authorities of the Nigerian Army at the 82 Division, Enugu, over threats to forcefully and unlawfully take over a citizen's property. The group made the appeal in a petition to the minister on behalf of a citizen, Mr. Nana Ugbodo, which was copied to the Chief of Army Staff, Nigerian Army, Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja, and the General Officer commanding 82 Division, Nigerian Army, Enugu. Appeal for justice and urgent intervention. Threat to forcefully and unlawfully take over citizens' property by the Army Authority of the 82 Division of the Nigerian Army, Enugu. The petition was dated May 6, 2024. Signed by the president of the organization, Olu Omotayo Esquire. The group explained that the Army authorities had not shown any title documents indicating that the property in question, situated behind number 7 Abakaleke Lane, GRA Enugu, belonged to the military. Rather, they based their claim that the property was one of the properties captured by the army during the Civil War. In the petition, the group explained that the army authorities at the 82 Division, in defiance to the letter from the office of the Chief of Army Staff that the matter was under investigation by his office, decided to take the law into its hand and supplant the law or rule of law. Giving summary details of the case, Omotayo stated, citizen Nana Ugbodo's house was unlawfully destroyed by the administration of former Chimaroke Nnamani of Enugu State sometimes in November 2004. In the quest to uphold justice by the former governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, vis-a-vis the suit number filed by citizen Nana Ugbodo at the State High Court in 2005, his administration gave a compensatory plot of land for the unlawful demolition of Ugbodo's home by the past administration. The property is situated behind number 7 Abakaleke, which we have talked about. Mr. Ugbodo fenced the property round and built a bungalow apartment on the property. The said apartment currently has a tenant occupying it. Trouble, he said, started on May 1st, 2023, when some military officers from the 82 Division of the Nigerian Army visited the property and said the property belongs to the army and it was among the properties they were holding in trust for the state government, and consequently directed that the landlord should furnish the Nigerian Army 82 Division with all the documents relating to this or so his ownership of the property. Mr. Gbodo, in response, via a letter dated 1st of May 2023, duly furnished the general officer commanding GOC with all his title documents, including the certificates of occupancy duly issued by the government. Thereafter, there was no other response to the letter by the military authorities until February 2024, when 82 Division of the Nigerian Army directed occupants of the property to vacate within 7 days. Omotayo, however, noted that immediately sequel to the vacation notice, Mr. Ugbodo visited the 82 Division of the Nigerian Army and met the then garrison commander and showed him all his documents, including the certificates of occupancy, C of O, but the army authorities only claimed that the property belonged to it without showing any documents of ownership. On the occasion, one of the officers told him that the property was one of the properties captured by the army during the Civil War. Mr. Gbodo thereafter got a lawyer to serve the Chief of Army Staff a pre-action notice informing the army authorities of his intention to file an action against it in the court of law. The office of the Chief of Army Staff, in response via a letter dated 26 March 2024, stated that it has commenced the investigation into the matter and will revert back on its findings. He regretted that it was surprising that in a clear act of insubordination, one Major H.Y. Shehu wrote on behalf of the GOC 82 Division of the Nigeria Army, via a letter dated 30th of April 2024, directed Mrs. Roslyn Okoye, the tenant on the property, to vacate the property within 7 days. The group reminded the defense minister that the hallmark of democracy is the observance of the rule of law by the citizen and all the institutions in the polity, noting that the army in its civil transactions and relationship are bound by the law of the land. More worrisome, the group decried was the fact that while the office of the chief of army staff is still looking into the matter, an officer of the rank of a major is threatening to throw out the lawful occupants of the property. This is a grave act of lawlessness and insubordination. It should be noted that by virtue of the Land Use Act, the governor is vested with the sole authority over the state land and not by conquest. The only way the military can claim ownership of the property is to show documentary evidence and not rely on the ridiculous claim of the property being among the ones captured by the army during the Civil War, which took place over 50 years ago. We urge you to, in the interest of justice and rule of law, direct the army authorities, particularly the GOC 82 division, to allow the conclusion of the due process initiated by the chief of army staff and also submit to the jurisdiction of the court of competent jurisdiction, which is now seized of the matter. Okay, oh, I don't understand. So for over 50 years that the army said they captured this said property, what have they been doing? So they just woke up all of a sudden last year to start claiming this and that. Wow, Chai, Igbo man has suffered in this contraction called Nigeria. What has Igbo man done to deserve all this humiliation and inhuman treatment acquired during the Civil War? This is reopening of a wound